Some thoughts about Kenmore, Washington. We lie on one of the most beautiful lakes in the Northwest, Lake Washington, which is just huge. I believe my wife and I have ridden our bike around it I don't know how many times. It's about a 50-mile loop. And here I'm taking pictures of what's someday hopefully going to be what's called Lakepointe. It's one of those visionary things. One of these days somebody would certainly like to turn this into a freshwater port, a very nice facility with hotels and condominiums and restaurants. But as you can see right now, the north tip of Lake Washington is a dock, a marina. We have some warehouses. Off in the distance, of course, you can see the lake. But it's not the prettiest scene in the world. One of these things that people talk about in terms of Kenmore, Washington. When is this ever going to be developed? One of the interesting things is one of the greatest assets of our town is right in front of me here, Kenmore Air, which is probably the largest waterplane airports in North America. Quite a few planes fly out of here. It's kind of cool to see them come over your house at night. But then next to it here we have what amounts to is a concrete facility, and some mornings it doesn't exactly smell all that great to be near it. But then also, if you notice here, right in front of me down here below, where this car is, right in front of me, this lane that goes here is the regional Burke-Gilman Trail, which is quite the commuter bicycle walking trail that goes from here all the way into almost over to West Seattle into Ballard. It's one of the nice assets of Kenmore, Washington. I myself have commuted on it many times. Many years ago we used to live in Shoreline, and I used to commute all the way over to Bothell every morning, which was about an 8-mile loop. But as you can tell, sometimes I'm a little disappointed about Kenmore. It's too bad that this isn't more well developed. Of course, this goes way back. This section of the north tip of the lake is where, long ago when I-5 was being constructed, they were taking the fill from that construction site, and they were basically filling this area up right here, probably where I'm standing with the debris of creating I-5. So a little bit of history there for you that don't know Kenmore, but what I wanted to do too is have you take a nice picture or take a nice view of the lake. It's a beautiful spring day. It happens to be April 8th, and it's kind of unusual that we have such a nice day here. Big fluffy clouds in the great Northwest, which generally is pretty rainy right about now. So I hope you enjoyed this little panoramic view of the north end of Lake Washington.